Hi, Divine Souls. I'm truly grateful you're here with me in Oriah Divine Sanctuary, a space dedicated to healing, awareness, and spiritual alignment. If this video has appeared in your life today, trust that there may be a message here meant specifically for you. If the words shared here resonate with your spirit, I encourage you to like, share, comment, and subscribe so we can continue building a community centered around truth, healing, and higher consciousness. Earlier today, during meditation, I allowed myself to slow down, to breathe, and to simply be present. And in that quiet space, I began to tune into the energetic frequency of the collective, sensing what many people may be navigating on their spiritual journeys right now. And from that awareness, this message emerged. One of the most unexpected parts of healing is realizing that not everyone celebrates your survival. In fact, some people seem more comfortable with your pain than your progress. And if you've experienced this, you're not imagining it. There is a jealousy that sometimes appears when a person survives circumstances that were supposed to break them. Maybe you survived an abusive childhood, a toxic relationship, financial hardship, emotional neglect, family dysfunction, or years of being underestimated and overlooked. You fought battles that nobody truly understood. You carried burdens that should never have been yours. And somehow, despite everything, you kept going. You healed, you grew, you rebuilt, and that's when things started to shift. People who once ignored you suddenly pay attention. People who dismissed your pain begin minimizing your growth. People who watched you struggle become uncomfortable when you start thriving. Why does this happen? Psychologically, human beings naturally compare themselves to others. When someone witnesses your transformation, it can activate their own unresolved emotions. Your healing may remind them of wounds they haven't addressed, dreams they've abandoned, choices they're afraid to make, or accountability they've been avoiding. Instead of facing those uncomfortable feelings, some people direct the discomfort toward you, not because your success harmed them, but because your success challenges the story they've been telling themselves. Spiritually, this can be especially difficult because many survivors carry a deep sense of empathy. You've known pain, you've known rejection, you've known suffering. So when others respond negatively to your healing, your first instinct may be to make yourself smaller, to dim your light, to downplay your accomplishments, to avoid making people uncomfortable. But that is not your responsibility. One of the greatest mistakes survivors make is carrying guilt for their healing. They feel guilty for becoming healthy when others remain stuck, guilty for finding peace after years of chaos, guilty for building a life they once prayed for. But your healing is not a betrayal of those who are still struggling. Your healing is evidence that recovery is possible. God's word promises, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Matthew 5:16. Notice that God doesn't tell us to hide our light to avoid making others uncomfortable. He tells us to let it shine, not from arrogance, not from superiority, but from authenticity. Your survival story matters, your healing matters, your growth matters. And the people who are truly meant for your journey will not be threatened by your transformation. They will celebrate it. They will be inspired by it. They will honor the work you've done. So if you've noticed jealousy, resentment, or resistance after you've healed, remember this. You do not need to shrink your blessings to protect someone else's insecurity. You do not need to apologize for becoming stronger. You do not need to carry guilt because you survived. You fought hard for your peace. You worked hard for your healing. You trusted God through seasons that nearly broke you. And now that you're standing on the other side, give yourself permission to fully live, because the greatest response to surviving isn't proving anything to anyone. It's enjoying the life you almost didn't get to have. If you receive this message, affirm, "I release guilt for my healing. I honor my journey, my growth, and my resilience. I will not dim my light to accommodate insecurity. God brought me through for a reason, and I give myself permission to thrive. Divine souls, thank you for stepping into Oriah Divine Sanctuary. This space exists to support your healing, elevate your awareness, and guide you through the sacred process of personal transformation. Here, you are safe to grow spiritually, emotionally, and authentically, and it is truly an honor to share this journey with you. Always remember, awareness begins the healing, but your transformation begins the moment you choose to honor your voice. Until we meet again, continue walking in truth, protecting your peace, and letting your divine light shine.